right, from there we head on to the summer. Allow me to bring this all in with, I'll just say, the first half of Season 3 of Attack on Titan, which, at this point, I only have 2 words to say. Ass funnel!
Yeah,
what the
that was a thing. Also, Historia was really, really good. So, yeah.
Historia, showed her stuff to where, when we were picking clips for, our video for the W's Awards Best Returning Actors, we were debating between 2, but they ultimately decided the scene of her telling Eren off is too amazing to not include.
Yeah, that scene is just real. That scene is good on both that scene is good both on an emotion level and also just being really hilarious out of context. Yeah, but anyway, that was a really good scene. The rest of Season 3 was it was definitely a lot of politics and whatnot, but it was pretty entertaining, so, yeah.
All right.
Okay, and then there's, certainly going to be interesting to see the second half of that season.
Yeah.
Where we get into the lore.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get into...
When is that premiering? Spring or...
Spring 2019.
Okay. Just checking. Okay. All right. Ooh.
And this time it's not going to get drowned out in My Hero Academia.
Now for a show I can talk a lot about. Banana Fish. Oh boy. I have never felt so happy and so sad and so anxious and so horrified at a show in a while. This does it all, and the ending still hurts. The ending still really hurts.
Yeah, I have really mixed feelings about Banana Fish. I enjoyed the vast majority of that show. It had some problems in regard to how it framed certain things, but it was always very entertaining, and I liked the characters. I just do not like the ending. I had to sit on that ending for a while. To be fair, that's kind of how it ended in the manga as well. It's not exclusive. It's not even I get how that's how it ended in the manga, and I get how this would be really groundbreaking for the 80s, and just kind of for my sensibilities, it's it didn't really need to be a tragedy.
Well, that's pretty much how it framed. If they change it up, people will be mad. Either way, people are going to be mad.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I get it again. You're not making a popular manga. I get it. It's just my personal sensibilities are I didn't really like the way that ended. Yeah. I mean, I will still happily support a dub or a release or whatever. It's just I didn't like the ending.
You just feel the ending was very much you really didn't need this to be how it ends.
Yeah.
Still, whatever. Sentai, get it, and have David Wall do the dub for it, please.
Or even if it's Funimation, just get David Wall as somebody.
I know. I've also seen people just weirdly speculating viz because they reprinted the manga, which is I would be okay with that too, but I'll say just anyone.
Yeah. Okay. Cells at Work. Talk about a sleeper hit.
Cells at Work is a very, very cute show that is a lot of fun. I think its biggest thing is that it's a little bit repetitive to sort of binge through, and it is very much... It is sometimes a little too science-y sometimes. That is not a bad thing, but it's if you're watching and you're a little tired... there's one episode I kind of tried watching twice and fell asleep through. That is not a complaint at it. Yes. It is a very fun show. It is action-packed. It is very colorful. It is very enjoyable. And this is a show that absolutely deserved to get popular.
Okay, yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, it was definitely a very entertaining show. I'm still not totally sure how I feel about that character cell episode. That one was just really, really weird. But outside of that, it was definitely very enjoyable. And honestly, I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again, if this show does not get a dub, do not ever expect Aniplex to dub comedies. If they don't dub this one, it's just they aren't interested in dubbing comedies.
They are going to be They're going to. I don't believe they're going to miss out on Cells at Work. Like, this is like the thing that everybody was really big on in the summer and seemed to do really well for them in regards to how much merch they promote of it. I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Okay. I'll say a few words about Free Dive Through the Future. Well, I mean, sure. Glad to see you back. Kind of wish it just wasn't a glorified, hey, we're coming back for a 4th season, guys.
Yeah. My feelings watching that went from like mild excitement to like, you know what? Free did not need a 3rd season in my eyes. Like it ended fine with season 2. It did not really need a 3rd season, and I honestly
it's
don't.
The kind of thing.
And I also don't feel like any of the conflicts it presented were really interesting enough to justify a 3rd season. So, yeah.
I got 2 kind of major problems with it. One, this requires prior knowledge of all the movies. The recap movies including, because they put new scenes in there.
Like that was like, as someone who did not watch those movies, that I was not like too confused. But then it was like, okay, they are putting like too much emphasis on these things.
Yeah.
And it was kind of annoying.
That's one problem. And the second problem, putting my weird, insane shipper philosophies aside, Yuri on Ice happened. It proves you can have your cake and eat it too. I was just expecting a little more, you know?
You wanted at least a cupcake or at least a brownie.
Yeah, and I really didn't get much of that. I just got, hey, we're back. Isn't that cool?
You got sprinkles.
Yeah.
I mean, that didn't.
I'm sort of glad it happened, but it's just like, it's an odd. I heard mixed things about it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it existed. I don't like. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here talking about how much I actively despise or anything. It's kind of like it existed. I mean, I'll always have the first 2 seasons.
Yes, won't we all? All right, time for a pick me up. Grand Blue Dreaming.
That was a very
my friend.
I have that song on my phone. It's very good.
Fun times.
The show itself was a pretty amusing, crass comedy. The jokes can be like a little hit or miss. When the jokes hit, they were pretty funny. I mean, like, I guess the one thing I would actively kind of complain about is that the animation style and the animation was a little bit underperforming, so the reaction faces weren't as good as they probably should have been. But yeah.
Okay.
They tried. P.S. You, Amazon. Lather, rinse, repeat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now for a twofer of sexy sports anime, aside from Free, Hanabado and Harukana Receive.
Harukana Receive, I did not watch up the first episode. Hanabado is, that is an interesting saga.
Hanabado is okay, how do I put it? Hanabado is a show I like, but it is very much a mixed bag of identity crisis.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I think it is really well animated. There's a lot of passion that went into this project, and I actually really got hype over some of these matches. I think the problem is that there were two things in regards to it, and I think it's kind of represented in the 2 main characters. Both of these main characters in my mind represent the 2 sides to what Hanabado was or was attempting to be. We have Beefcake Nagisa. This is my child. I love her. She is beautiful. She is amazing. She is shonen as She has big legs, big muscles, big boobs, and she kicks ass, and I love her. Every time she is doing things, I feel the shonen, like, hype spirit going into it. She started the series as kind of like this very, like, moper kind of character, but when she gets into that and starts training, she becomes, like, one of my favorites, and I love seeing her win. And it's actually great, and I love her. And then there's Ayano. Ayano is, like, I think the character they push more, but they go on more about her story, and her story is about like her issues with her mom abandoning her and her abandoning this game, and she's got this really weird side to how she plays this game, to the point where it's like she turns into a different person and becomes an actual like mean bitch to a lot of people she plays with. Like, am I supposed to be rooting for this character the way she acts? Like, what the
Yeah, I mean, like towards the back half of the show, she was practically framed as a villain, and then they rolled that back. It was really weird. Yeah,
But she's basically an antagonist. She's an asshole. And then there's Nagisa, who is like the shonen hero character. And every time she's like fighting, and you know she's got injuries in her legs, so actually seeing her fight and stuff is pretty fucking hype, and it's awesome.
yeah. I mean, like I feel like
That final match was pretty
yeah,
great.
and then like as far as the whole like mom issues things go, like I also didn't really like how inconsistent that was. Where I feel like a reviewer kind of like said it well, where it's like where they never really condemned the mother, and that like felt really off to me. And yeah,
They also just like, they kind of like make it a lot more dramatic sometimes than it needs to be, but they also like sometimes make it comedic, and when they try to make it very comedic, it feels very out of place when you've got the heavy melodrama bull.
yeah. It's a case of an adaptation, I guess, getting too ambitious for its own good, because apparently the manga is like much more lighthearted. So yeah,
That's what I'm told. But like, I don't regret watching this show. I actually did kind of enjoy myself. It's just, this is very much a show that had a messy identity.
yeah.
That final match was pretty dope, though. Nagisa is bae, I know.
Okay, so what's worse? A repugnant awful like Happy Sugar Life, or a financial flop awful like Seven Senses of the Reunion?
I think Happy Sugar Life is like repugnant, but it kind of like is also like a show that's sort of aware of that it's repugnant. Seven Senses of a Reunion is basically like Anohana, but worse.
Yeah,
and also had a guy who like kidnapped a kid who was a producer on it.
Boy.
wow.
You forgot about that, didn't you?
Nice.
I forgot about that. All I know is like I watched the first episode, and like and there were just like some contrivances plot wise that I couldn't get out of my head.
Everything I heard about Seven Senses from people who watch it is that it gets really weird and stupid, and this show sold like dog.
I mean, there was just mostly just one thing in the plot description that where it's like it really didn't make sense to me thinking about it for like 5 seconds. So
Like I hear a lot of about Happy Sugar Life, but it seemed like it was kind of aware, and when it played up like the horrorness, and when you watch it as a show of awful people doing awful things, there is some sort of cathartic fascination with it. So I say Happy Sugar Life is still better than Seven Senses.
Now I remember the specific thing I found really dumb about the Seven Senses of the Union, where essentially how the game works as far as like the first episode, where like where everyone is allowed to play the game, but like if you lose at the game, you lose your account, and it was like, who the heck would play that game? That game would never sell.
Best $75 of my life, as somebody basically just like literally 360s around the entire map until they like basically just get teabagged by some PKer. Best $75 ever spent.
Oh.
Not like I needed this equipment for anything else.
Oh boy.
Not like I needed it for rent or food or paying for my health. Oh wait, Japan doesn't have to worry about that. I made myself sad. Let's move on.
Okay, let's cheer ourselves up with another sleeper hit here. Review Starlight.
I've not finished this one, but I really liked what I've seen of the show.
I have finished this one, and yeah, it was very good. As someone who is a very big Kuhito Ikuhara fan, this definitely felt very derivative of his work, and it was quite enjoyable.
It also has like I really like the music in the show, and you can very much tell like this is something that struggled a bit, but this is very much a show that was like a young generation of new talent that was really passionate about it. And like they actually did like a call to arms for like animators that actually paid off.
The production did not suffer very noticeably. So that was very nice.
It dips a bit in the midway, but apparently like the third act, which was what they were afraid of, like eating actually like got the people they needed, and I'm glad. I'm happy for them.
Okay.
I'd say the review of Jealousy is still probably my favorite song, though I think the best staged one was the battle with like Maya Tendo was like the coolest one aesthetically. I seen like the first 7 episodes.